Hello guys, and you're welcome to the journey of a Niger boy. My name is Pascal, okay? You can call me Pascali. As you can see today, I'm not alone. I'm with a good friend of mine. Just like I promised you, I'm going to be having some of my friends with me, and we are going to be discussing issues that ranges from, I don't know why he's laughing anyway, but then we'll be discussing a lot of issues. So get ready today as we start today's program. Thank you.
Oh, na na na, oh, it's Pascal man. Again.
Can we get to know you, please?
Thank you very much, Pascal. My name is Toluwalashe Adeniji. I work as an insurance advisor. I've been in Canada for 2 years now. I came to Canada August 2018, and I also studied Masters in Computer Science here in Canada. And I finished last year, and I got a job here in Canada in January. And yeah, so that's pretty much about me.
Okay. I guess as you can tell, he's a chilly big man. You can hear that in his voice. So we all I should say that we came together in 2018 too as well. So he's now a big man in Canada. So if you're willing to be a big man in Canada, you should listen very well to whatever he has to say now. The first question is this: how would you describe living in Canada? Let's take New Brunswick specifically. How would you describe living in New Brunswick?
All right. Living in New Brunswick is pretty chill, to be honest. In terms of a lot of things, I'm gonna try to break it down into your work life and your social life. Okay. So in terms of social life, it's kind of boring because New Brunswick is a very small province, okay, with smaller cities,
okay,
compared to provinces like Ontario, where you have like the metropolitan cities and bigger cities and stuff. And so in New Brunswick, you just get to make small circle of friends, and you try to create fun, out of everything around you, and try to be happy and stay happy, that kind of thing, But then, and in terms of work, I feel like in New Brunswick we don't spend as much. You tend to save a lot of money.
Yes,
okay, you get to save a lot of money in New Brunswick. Accommodation, living expenses are a bit on the low side. It's not really expensive to live in New Brunswick.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's basically.
Okay, good. So the next question is this: what would you say your application process was like when you wanted to apply for masters to Canada?
So my application process to Canada took about 3 months. It actually took a long time. I applied, I did the physical submission, I didn't do the online submission. I actually did everything all by myself. I didn't give any agent to help me out with anything,
I think that is the popular misconception that you have to give an agent money to kind of help you to apply, isn't it? But most of us, these things are readily available. Information to do this thing are readily available online, so you can actually do it yourself. Okay.
All right. So when I submitted my application to study in Canada, I waited for a very long time, for a response from the embassy, and I didn't get anything for up to about 2 months. And I was wondering what was going on with my application. Little did I know that I didn't cancel my first passport. I had 2 passports, 2 Nigerian passports, and I did not cancel the first one. And then, I tried to still apply with the second passport. So that was basically what was delaying the whole process. And thank God for senior friends that was able to help me out, and then we were able to go to Nigerian immigration. And apparently Canada has been sending some mails to Nigerian immigration considering the passport and everything, and we're able to sort the whole thing out. So that took a while before I was called upon to do my medicals, and before eventually I got my visa. So I mean, one thing I'd like to say is that you should try to get information by yourself. Don't depend too much on people for those kind of information. Try to go online, try to search. One thing I realized is that everyone wants things done for them. They don't want to actually go out there and try to like get things done for themselves. Like, don't wait on anybody. Go online, search for these things.
Okay.
I have so many friends that, you know, chat me every day, call me up and say, hey, I take this Canada, I take Duam. Like, I'm like, this information is right there. Just go online. I'll send you links and stuff, but you still keep asking me questions, like, you know.
But what do you think that we can do to those people that keep asking questions non-stop? They don't want to do anything at all.
Well, you keep sending them the links until you read it so that see.
All right.
I mean, but sometimes, you know, I try to go the extra mile for people, you know, when I see that, okay, you're not willing to, like, for example, my brother is in the process of applying right now to come to Canada, and he's really slow about it, and I had to like just take the lead and do some things for him, like, you know. So if you see that, if it depends if the person is really important to you and you want the person to be here,
you will do it.
Exactly.
Okay, no problem then. So what are the general misconceptions that people have about applying to study in Canada? What are those things that they feel like, it's like a big deal, or if I don't have this, I won't start applying for masters in Canada?
So one of the misconceptions that people have is that people think that they need to have a whole lot of money to come to Canada, which personally I don't believe.
Yes.
You just need to have like your basic needs, your accommodation fee, you know, some part of your tuition at least for a year, and you know, your feeding fee and stuff like that. So you don't need to have like a whole lot of money like just to come. When you get here, you can also, you know, run errands and stuff, and you know, try to make ends meet for yourself. Okay. So you don't actually need to have a lot of money. Okay. And another misconception is that some people think you have to get an English exam written before you come to Canada. But up until now, I've been in Canada for almost 2 years. I have not had any English exam, you know. But before you get your permanent residence, you need to actually get the English exam done. Okay, so something else I noticed is that people think you have to pay your fees, like your tuition, before you come to Canada. So now that depends on the school though. Okay. But the school where I finished from, I didn't have to pay. I got here, like I was here like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before I even paid my tuition. Okay. So you don't have to pay from Nigeria. Just, you know, let the money be in your account and then prove to immigration that the money is there and stuff like that. Like I said, depending on the school, you know, some schools might require that
you pay part of the
but
money.
like some schools wouldn't require that you pay. So
okay, that's good. So just to emphasize what he said about the IELTS, I already made a video, if you want to check that out, about simple steps to apply for master study in Canada. You can check that out already. Good. So our next question is this: what advice would you give to people that are hoping to come to Canada to come and study?
Number one advice is that Canada has a lifestyle of you work, you chop. If you don't work,
you know, good job.
Chop. Okay. My brother, my sister. Like, man, you gotta hustle, man.
Definitely.
Like, seriously, like when I came here, I thought, you know, I had a lot of money and stuff, but trust me, it didn't get anywhere.
It didn't last.
it did not last.
Okay.
So my advice is that when you get here, try to look for, you know, small jobs, do something with your time. I mean, you're gonna find out that a lot of your friends are working, so if there's nothing you want to keep doing in the house or something, just get something doing. Okay. You know, every dollar counts. That's what it is. Every dollar counts. Yeah. And in this part of the world, bills are really high. Like, bills are expensive to pay because you get to pay bills like every month. You have like your phone bill, you have your rent to pay and stuff like that. So yeah, you have to work your ass off.
Okay, I think for this other question we've touched about it. The question was meant to be about money, like how much do you need? Basically, you don't need a lot of money to come to Canada. You just need your tuition fee, maybe part of your tuition fee. Sometimes you might just have to have, like, say, your first semester tuition and a certain accommodation money that you have to have. I think the Canadian government requires you to have like 10,000 Canadian dollars. Plus whatever your tuition is. So that is like the basic thing. Basically, for
applying to Canada, yeah, I think the first thing is that you need to know what you want to study. First thing is you need to know your pocket, like know what you can afford, basically. So that way it would guide you on what province to go. Because if you don't have enough money and you're looking at going to like Ontario to study, and trust me, man, it might not go well for you. But like just try to like look at your pockets and decide on what you want to study. That's another thing. Interest. Yes. I think that really helped me because my undergrad was computer science. Everything has been computer science. So when I got here, although it wasn't like bed of roses, but because I had the idea, I had the knowledge and everything, it really helped me. Definitely. So make sure that it's something of your area of interest, not just because you want to come to Canada, you need to study something. So like have a background knowledge about what you're coming to study. So once you check and balance your pocket, get your area of interest for what you want to study, yes. Then basically you just put in for try to get an admission. Try to look for schools, go on Google, check for, I wouldn't want to use the word cheap, but check for affordable schools, yes. Schools with affordable tuition. Yeah, just Google would list all of that for you. So basically you'll be able to see where your pockets can go and stuff like that. So after getting that done, try to get the admission. Admission takes about a month or two or thereabouts. You get the admission. Immediately you get the admission, just go online and submit. All you need is just your documents, you need your letter of admission from the school. You need your statement of account. Definitely. Because you need to prove that you have some money, and you also need your, you need a police report. You need affidavits. If somebody is sponsoring you, you need some sponsorship letters or guardian letters and stuff like that. And you need a letter of introduction to introduce yourself, and also make sure that you prove that you're going back to your country again. Yes. Because
that is very important.
They kind of like deny a lot of people visa now and say that you don't have ties back to your home country. So yes. You need to prove that you're going back to Nigeria after your studies. Yeah, most importantly. And what else do you need? I think that's pretty much. There might be other things I'm missing out, but I mean, it's just as simple as that. It's not anything complicated. Just try and put all of your documents together. The whole thing is there online to assist you, to guide you. Submit your application and pray about it, and yeah, you get the visa, and that's just it. Yes. 1 week after, you're out of Nigeria, man.
Prayer is important too, as well. Still pray about it anyway.
So like so many things that it's a very hard process, but trust me, it's not. It's okay. Not. It's just for you to get the admission, get the visa, and travel.
All right, no problem. So if you have any more questions, you can drop them in my comments section, and I'll make sure that I answer them in my next episode. So if I'm not able to answer now, if you're not able to get answers to it while talking now, we'll answer it later in the next episode. So thank you. How easy would you say it is to get a job while studying? As in, if you want a student job, let's say you're working and you're studying and you want to work, because that's what people always ask for.
I think this has to do with your hustling spirit and
hustler.
How well you can get information, how well you can communicate with people. Yes. Because I've seen situations whereby people come here and they just keep quiet. They don't ask what's going on. Yes. They don't want to be involved, because they see some people doing some kind of jobs, they don't care. Yeah. But at the long run, they say that, oh, this job makes sense, so make I do that kind of thing. But I mean, you wasted a lot of time when you should have started that job.
Definitely.
So while studying, I don't know, I think it depends on the school though, but from the school that I finished, there were a lot of jobs on campus. Yes. Okay, a whole lot of jobs for students, so you could actually work while you study. Okay, I just know that there's a restriction to it. You couldn't work more than maybe 20 hours in a week or something.
I think it is outside, so you cannot work more than 10 to 20 hours outside school, but then you can work like
more than 20 hours in school. Okay, so yeah, you need to actually ask questions. That's how easy it is to get a job in school or like while you're studying. Yes. You need to meet the Nigerian community and then ask a lot of questions. how do I do this? How do I get this job? What jobs are available? What are people doing?
Okay.
You understand? Try to mix up with your Nigerian community more, and not only Nigerian, like African community, you know, whatever. Everybody, you know, and ask questions. That's the basic thing. And people are always actually interested in helping out here. That's one thing I've noticed as well. So people will definitely refer you for that job or whatever. And in New Brunswick, there are a lot of job opportunities, you know, especially in IT and cybersecurity. Yeah, exactly. So even if you're not in the IT line, like whichever
banking job and all that.
whichever field or aspect or whatever you're studying, trust me, there are enough jobs everywhere. And another thing I realized is that for some jobs they don't actually need your education or your master's per se. Like for example, now the job I'm doing currently, like they just need you to have like good communication skills. They need you to be able to navigate and you know, use good use of the computer and stuff like that. Like not all the jobs. I know I've been on jobs that my manager didn't even have like a university degree. Definitely. Do you understand? So they just need you. They just need your value on the job. So I think most of the jobs, yeah, except if it's like special fields like the doctors and the lawyers and stuff, but like every other general jobs, yeah, I think all they need is just, you know, what you can put on the table, like your value basically. So yeah,
that's good.
There are a lot of jobs and stuff. Yeah.
All right, no problem.
So from what I've realized as well is that there's a culture shock here that, you know, negates everything you've been taught from home.
Okay.
So coming here, you have to come with a different mindset. Be ready to adapt to the lifestyle here, because I mean, okay, I think there's still another question that says that what did you face? Like, okay, I think I'll.
Okay, so our next question is this: what are the challenges that you faced when you got to Canada? What are those challenges that you think that was like first challenge for you when you came to Canada?
The first challenge was communication. You know, it was really difficult to hear what, you know, others were saying to me.
Now he's speaking for now. He's speaking for now.
It took a while, trust me. So
okay.
Yeah, it was pretty difficult to like communicate. And another challenge was in terms of education. So I realized that the education system is really different, you know, from the way it is in Nigeria. And I noticed that what you would cover in a semester, like in a whole semester in Nigeria, you might cover up here in like 2 weeks. So they just bombard you with a lot of stuff, and they expect you to know a lot of things already. Like nobody's gonna go back to start teaching you from the scratch. They expect that you have done some prerequisite courses, and you know, yeah, that's like the
okay.
major one.
That's a good one. So what are those things that you wish that somebody had told me before coming to Canada? Because my viewers are watching, they're probably expecting you to say something that is very, very peculiar to them right now. What do you think that if somebody had told me this thing before I left Nigeria, I would have been very, very prepared. I would have been grateful that somebody told me this.
Part of the things I wish I was told was about the winter period here in Canada, especially in New Brunswick. Trust me, it's really cold down here in the winter period.
In order not to get scared, it is not really, really cold.
It is cold. Because I remembered my first winter, like my dad gave me some winter jackets. So that was just way too big and off. No, but I mean, like, I wish I knew more about that. Like, I would have probably equipped myself more for the winter. Like, I came in around August, and you know, the winter just came all of a sudden. I think the first snow was in October or something, in 2018. Yeah, so like I was unprepared. I didn't have like the proper kits, the boots and stuff like that. In fact, I couldn't even cope. I had to buy a car immediately because of the cold, so I could get warm. And, you know,
If you come with plenty money like Mr. You know, you can buy a car immediately when you come, you know, just buy a car, just do that. And you won't have to suffer as much as other people suffer during that time.
Yeah, another thing was the bus issue. Yeah, I wish somebody had told me, you know, giving me more details about.
How would they tell you about the bus
navigating.
anyway?
Well,
From Nigeria.
at
You
least
come
when
and
you
learn
land
a lot of
the
people
person will
suffer
tell
from the
you,
bus.
Man, that bus navigation was there. Even up until now, I don't know how to, I don't know how to navigate.
Oh my goodness. No problem. We wish that we could stay forever on this show and keep telling you about New Brunswick, keep telling you about life in Canada. But like I said, I'm going to have other people invited to this show to come and talk about their own experience, and so that you can have more insight into what to expect or what to prepare when you're trying to pack yourself together for your life in Canada. So we'll say a very big thank you to Mr. Tolu. So say thank you to Mr. Tolu. Thank you.
Me as well.
No problem. So thank you very much. Join me next time on the journey of a Ninja boy. Thank you. Bye.